Hi everyone, it's Gail. I am here with a fun little video collaboration with my friend Diane Hubert, Carol Laws, and Nancy Rose, and we are doing a little vintage fabric video. I will link the three other ladies below this video, and you can check out their videos and their channels as well. So, vintage fabric is our theme. And so I have here some of my beautiful fabrics. I love bark cloth. Bark cloth is a vintage fabric that was used in drapes, probably in the 1940s, 1950s, but I thought I'd show you a few of my pieces. I love this piece. I think they will make lovely, lovely covers and that sort of thing. But you've seen me make a cover before, so I thought I'd do a little something different after showing you all my pieces. This one's kind of cool with the hibiscus, isn't it? So that's a few of my collection. I do have this one right here that, oh, I just love it so much. It's so bright and pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So I think I'm going to make a cover out of this one, and what I will do when I do that is just use a 12 by 9 envelope, and and then it'll be folded over. But I think I'm going to use the bark cloth on the outside, and then I think I'm going to use just coffee dyed muslin on the inside. So I have that kind of set aside for me to do, and then this project that we're going to do together today will be a part of this journal when I get on to this. So let's get to it. I have here some puffy pockets to show you how to make. This is one I made years ago, and I loved this idea for the vintage fabric. So I went ahead and used a couple of, I had some scraps kind of bark cloth here. And so I'm going to show you how to make these puffy pockets. And this idea originally came from Tisha Moore, so I should give her credit. And I'm not sure what her YouTube is, if she has, I'm sure she has a YouTube. I used to watch her years ago for mixed media. But anyway, this is kind of what they look like. This one I'm saving for a fall journal. But we're gonna make one. So let's get started. Oh, I was going to show you first of all kind of how that would look on a page, just as a little. It's definitely puffy, so it's going to add some heft to your journal. But I personally like a big fat journal, so anyway, let's get started. This is such a great way to use up little scraps of, I have a lot of little scraps of batting from different quilting projects and things like that. So I'm just going to use some of that up. Okay, so first of all, let's put that there so you can kind of reference, but you're going to need a smaller piece and a larger piece. So this smaller piece is about 4 by a little less than 3. Just and it was just because that's the size it was. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut some batting the very same size. I just have this little scrap piece, and I am not precise about this because I actually think if it's a little funky, it looks better. It's not perfectionist sort of a project. Okay, and so then I have this piece that I'm going to just kind of eyeball, and really you kind of want about a 1/2 inch or so all the way around, because we want to be able to turn it over and sew, maybe even 3/4 of an inch. And again, I'm not precise about this. I'm pretty much just eyeballing it. But what I do try to do is kind of have about the same width all the way around, if that makes sense. so that this part is pretty close to being the same. So okay, so we need to cut this part off a little bit. So we're going to do that. Okay. So I have this little fun strip to do something with, probably some sort of little fabric cluster. And then I drug out, let's see, let me show you these little needles. It just says chenille at the top, 18 to 22, and they have a bigger eye, so it's easier to get your embroidery floss, which, look at this giant thing of embroidery floss from back when I was doing that sort of thing. So it's a good way for me to use a little of that too. Now I have some on my needle right now from this project. I'm not sure if I have enough, but we're going to go for it. If not, I can just redo my needle. So I'm going to go ahead and put a knot in the bottom like so. And we're just going to start on one corner here. Just going to kind of, and I'm just folding with my fingers. I'm not being precise about it, but you do kind of have to tuck in. I wonder if I should probably move in so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Let me get you moved in here, and then make sure that I'm in camera. Okay, so when I fold the corner, I just kind of work to get this underpiece kind of tucked in, and I just like I say, I just do it with my fingers. I don't pin, I don't fuss about this at all. So okay, we're going to just take our needle and we're just going to pop it through the corner, and I'm kind of more or less in the middle of the of what I would call the border, I guess. And I want to do I started off with a fairly small stitch. Let me make sure I'm in camera. Oh, I'm not. This is going to be hard because I have to be away from my body. Okay, so I need to be right about here. Okay, I just need to get my bearings on my mat. Okay, so I did a small stitch there, but I'm going to do fairly large stitches because having a contrasting or brighter thread or whatever, the thread is part of the design, I guess, if you will. So like on this one, see how the stitching just really pops out? Maybe not so much on this one, but anyway, that's kind of part of the fun too. So once you kind of get started, then you can actually just go in and out with your needle like so, and do a couple stitches at a time. So it actually goes pretty quickly. And you know, the other thought I had with this particular project is it would be kind of fun to do a bunch of these pockets and then like sew them together and make a patchwork journal cover top. I think that'd be kind of cool too. So a few things you can do with this that are fun. And again, just working with my fingers to kind of just pull it together. I actually am going to cut a slight bit off of that. That's just a little bit too long. The other thing that's fun about this little project is it's definitely one that you can do while you're watching TV. And, you know, just get some of your fabrics, get them cut and ready to go, and then you can just sew while you're watching TV. So there's the next corner, and this is popping out a little, but I'm really not going to worry too much about it. I do like to take a stitch on this and then go over the corner fabric like so. And then I'm going to do one more stitch here. And you can see my stitches are wonky. They're not straight. It's just not meant to be perfect. It's just a fun little way to use up some fabric scraps, and if it's vintage fabric, even better. So yeah, you're just gonna do a little running stitch along the whole of your little pocket, and when we get done, we're just gonna have a fun little pocket. So I'm super anxious to see what my friends did with their videos. So with just being 4 of us, it's not like you have to pop around too much, but we're going to link each other's videos, so we'll be able to check out each other's. So yeah, so I want to thank Diane for inviting me to be part of this. She knows I love vintage fabric. Oh, so now we're around corner 3. So as you can see, this isn't going to take super long, and you know, I'm busy yakking and stuff, so if you're concentrating on what you're doing, it probably even takes less time. So so yeah, it's just a fun little messy puffy pocket. And I love them. I think they're really fun. And that was one really fun thing about this collaboration, is I'd kind of forgotten this idea. And I was like, what could I do that's different and I haven't done 100 times before, and that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I thought, you know what? Let's pull out the Tisha Moore Puffy Pocket trick here. Okay, I am going to then pop up right by my corner here, like so. Look at that, we're on the last side already. So off we go down this side. I mean, you could also use this technique and make tags, you know. All you'd have to do is like pop a little something up here, and then it's just a fun kind of tactile sort of a tag. So I'm going to say just really one more. And then I'm just going to tie it off in the back. I've noticed Artie Mae's making some fabric journals, that this would also be a fun little technique for a fabric journal also. So there we have it. We have our second vintage puffy pocket done. This one's a little smaller than the other one, but yeah, they're just kind of fun. So, oops, I'm sorry I got that right in your face. Let's move back out again. So there's the puffy pockets. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm excited to share this little journey with my friends Diane Hubert, Nancy Rose, and Carol Laws. I will link their videos below. Please go over and check them out. And if you haven't subscribed to their channels, do that too. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.